movies ever.
That was a bad
Frank
movie.
Langella played the owner of the Knicks.
Yeah.
And he was still better than James Dolan.
Well, Frank Langella and Whoopi were dating at the time.
Yeah,
so.
I know. But it was still, that's the kind of ridiculousness. Condoleezza Rice, yes. Has she had high-profile jobs? Yes, she has.
Yes, she has.
Does that make her any more qualified to be the coach of the Cleveland Browns? Absolutely not.
Well, you never know.
Absolutely
But
not.
I could see her as running a league or running
Sure.
something like that.
Like I said, no argument there at all.
Especially for she is she watches all the games. I mean, she could be a scout.
That I would even say if she wanted to try that, be my guest. But to go from nothing to being a head coach of an NFL team?
Okay, yeah, well,
come on. That's like going from real estate to being the president. Is that crazy?
It happened. So some people thought that was a good idea.
It was a bad idea. That's my point.
Some people said, "Oh, yeah, he's a businessman. He knows what he's doing."
Yeah, he doesn't.
4-time bankruptcy. Anyway, we're going to take a break right now. 516-572-7440 if you'd like to comment about anything in the sports world. This is from the Press Box. I'm Rob Leonard. He is Tim Leonard. Tim, you're at Twitter at
Real Tim Leonard.
All hit music.
For all those songs radio has forgotten about, join me, Big Ed, Mondays from 10 a.m. till noon for The Good Gold Show. We'll bring back all the great hits of the 50s, 60s, 70s, and more. The sounds of doo-wop to disco, all the Motown, soul, and great rock and roll. We'll even take your requests and dedications to The Good Gold Show.
Music.
On the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC, and streaming on the iHeartRadio app.
Okay.
Go.
Tell your friends about the Nassau Morning Madhouse. Hear what you're missing.
Check it out.
Check it out.
This is the Morning Madhouse, where literally anything can happen. So,
Anything.
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 Okay.
Anything?
Can we go?
Anything.
Can we keep it going?
Anything.
Anything.
No more. No more.
Say anything.
No.
Say anything.
Say it. Say it.
Say it!
We're not continuing until you say it.
Okay, well, we'll forever do this then.
All right, so we're forever going to be in this tease. So.
Anything. Raquel, do you know Steve Mandricina? He hosts a show here. It's called Everything and...
Anything.
There it is.
All right, now we can move on.
Yes.
All right.
Are you happy now?
We are happy.
The Nassau Morning Madhouse. Weekday mornings from 7 to 9. Yeah. On the voice of Nassau Community College.
90.3 WHPC.
Everybody buckle up. Buckle up.
Let's go.
Buckle up.
Can we go to the store? Mom, can we get some ice cream?
Everybody, buckle up.
A lot goes on in the car, but you're in control. So only move when you hear the click that says they're buckled in. Never give up until they buckle up. Learn more at safercar.gov/kidsbuckleup. A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Bust it.
.3 WHPC. From the press boxes on your radio or maybe on your listening device at the iHeartRadio app or TuneIn app. Of course, it all originates somewhere. That's the nccradio.org site, where you not only get connection to our stream, but you get a listing of all the great programs we have here at WHPC. And the show is also on Spreaker later on, which leads to the iHeartRadio podcasting and all these other things, and iTunes. It's all over the place, but it starts at Spreaker. And we're also on Facebook. We put this on my Facebook page, Rob Leonard, and we thank Janelle Crispin out there for watching us, and also
Joe Gorman, too.
Joe Gorman, and also, of course, the captain, Mike Odessa.
I just noticed something, brother, on the Facebook Live.
What?
That my beard right now is longer than yours.
That's
true.
true.
I'm going to give the fans a real quick look here.
Yeah, look at this.
There's me, and there's my brother. Like,
Your beard's
kind of almost shaved.
You've
Lean forward, brother. Look at him. Look at him. He's kind of like, just scruffy.
What's happened to my brother? Tim used to hate beards.
I still
Now
do.
he has a Rob Leonard special.
Not really.
Yes, you do.
No.
Yes, you do.
No, my beard is maintained. It's trimmed. I've been trimming it.
Why?
What do you mean, why? Because that's what you do with a beard. You maintain it.
Well, I don't know, brother. I think it looks fine. You going to keep it for Thanksgiving?
I don't know.
Your
maybe.
mom will hate it.
Maybe. We'll see.
Mom's going to say, why do you have that beard?
We'll see.
I'm
currently dealing with a toothache, so I might have to shave it for my anticipated dental appointment that's probably going to be within the next 24 hours because my tooth is throbbing.
Okay, let's talk about the Jets quickly. They had a bye, which meant they didn't lose.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. And Todd Bowles was not fired, which is...
They would have pulled the trigger probably on Monday.
Yep, they would have.
Because... If they were going to replace him, and I know probably Jet fans are not happy that trigger was not pulled, but if the Jets were going to do that, they would have done it at Tuesday at the latest.
Yeah.
Because the teams, they take a break, the players all go their separate ways for a few days, and then they usually reconvene on, say, Thursday, I think it is, or so, to start preparing for the following week. So right now the Jets are in full preparation for the Patriots, which is the next game, which obviously doesn't.
Now
doesn't
the thing we were talking about the
favors.
NFC East, the Patriots is 7-3, and they're not going to lose the division.
No.
So this division is even though the Jets and the Giants are the same record or have the same record,
right?
They're 3-7. Winning the next 6 games for the Jets doesn't really help them.
Well, I mean, they're not going to win the division.
No, there's no chance they're going to win
chance.
the division. But the Giants could win the division, so that's something.
Yeah,
to think
but
about.
it just speaks. You see, basically, what the difference between the AFC East and the NFC East is the Patriots, because the NFC East has 4 mediocre teams in it, and the AFC East has 3 bad teams in it and 1 very good team,
and that's
the Patriots. Yeah. So that and that hasn't changed, and that. I said that when the draft happened last year, I said Buffalo, it's going to take a couple years, but they have the quarterback now.
Right.
The Jets, it's going to take a couple years, but they have the quarterback now.
They do, and Brady's going to retire eventually.
And the Dolphins they stink. So
you remember how
they had a good run for about 3 weeks, and that was it.
Remember the Dolphins were in the 80s and the 70s were so
Don Shula, Bob Greasy, Sonka, they were legends. Never mind they were good. They were legends. They were the last undefeated team in NFL history. Yep. I mean, they popped that champagne every year. When the last team that was undefeated, which this year was the LA Rams, when they lost, those Miami Dolphins, those old boys, they got together, they got their bottle of champagne, and they said, "One more year, boys.
Yeah.
We're still the last ones."
New England went 16-0 through the season, right? Was it? No, they lost.
They lost to the Giants.
But in the regular season, I think they lost.
No, they were undefeated at the Super Bowl.
Oh, they were.
But those Dolphins teams, they went undefeated.
So they went undefeated for the season. So,
please,
I know. It's not the same. It's not the
same.
If you're going to go undefeated for the season, you should
win
the Super Bowl, too. I agree.
That's right.
So anyway, Todd Bowles is coach most likely for the rest of the season. And to be honest with you, at this point, there's no reason to fire him, really, if you're not going to do it by now. Even if the Jets were to lose horribly this weekend, which is a chance.
Good chance.
Keeping him around. Now, maybe you get rid of him at the end of the year. Maybe you bring Condoleezza Rice in as the general manager, get rid of McCagan. I don't know. But as of right now, it's going to be emails from the Jets. Please buy tickets.
It's going to be an interesting offseason.
We'll give you soda.
Well, for you, that's a bonus. But
soda's like $5 a thing now.
Way more than that. But for it's going to be an interesting offseason for the Jets because what are they going to do? Do they get rid of Todd Bowles and bring in an offensive minded coach to help Sam Darnold grow as a quarterback? And that's something that we talked about last week, and I obviously endorsed after being a Todd Bowles fan and a Todd Bowles supporter when a lot of people have been calling for his head over the last couple of years. I still think Todd Bowles is a good coach. I just think, like I said last week, I think he's the wrong coach for the Jets right now. Yeah. I think the Jets need an offensive coach. But does that mean, do they also get rid of McCagnon and just start off new and say, all right, you know what, we're just going to rebuild this thing, blow it up, and get 2 new voices in here and start over?
But
they already have the quarterback in place.
Right,
so it's not like you're starting over per se.
Then do you lose 2 more seasons?
You don't lose 2 more seasons, though, because you have $110 million to spend in the offseason on free agents.
Yeah, but
and that's why.
Let's say you get a new coach and general manager, then it's different.
But no, it's not different. The money's still there. The money doesn't go with them out the door. The money stays.
I know.
Money stays. So, and I said this last week, do they leave both of these guys in their jobs, let them go shopping, fill up the shopping cart, as Bill Parcells would say, and see what they do next year. Suddenly they'll be a lot smarter. But will they be able to, number one, bring in all of the players they need, and will they be able to attract the top players? That is the question. And if the Jets don't think that these two guys can get that done, that, I think, is going to dictate whether or not either one of them or both of them come back for next season.
Well, you got a point there, brother.
So we'll see. We'll see. It's up in the air as far as the Jets go, as far as all that goes, I think.
It depends on how Chris Johnson feels about it, as the coach.
He's the dude signing the check, so everything depends on how he feels.
Right. What else happened in the NFL yesterday, brother? Anything?
Alex Smith, brother. Oh, this was gruesome.
And wasn't it on the same day that Joe Theismann?
33 years to the day when Lawrence Taylor just snapped Joe Theismann's leg.
Still can't watch
probably probably the most watched replay, or one of the most one of the most watched replays in NFL history.
Oh my God!
LT sacked Joe Theismann. He kind of got on top of him, and Theismann's leg just snapped. And the same thing happened to Alex Smith yesterday. Two Houston Texans players, one of them J.J. Watt, came in to get him on a sack, and Smith's foot kind of stuck in the turf,
right? And
it rolled over, and his leg just snapped.
And that's that phony turf. That's not grass,
right? It's just nasty. To be honest, I don't know. It was probably grass. Most teams play on grass these days.
But what about that phony crap?
The field turf is not. Field turf has actually been proven. I think it actually causes less injuries than grass.
Really?
So you can't blame turf anymore. It's not like AstroTurf used to be. But the injury was gruesome, and it was again 33 years to the day that it happened to Theismann. The Washington Redskins again lose their quarterback for the season. Theismann's injury was career-ending.
Yep.
Part of the reason was he was old at that point. Alex Smith is an older quarterback, but the doctors say that he went into surgery already. The doctors say that he should be good to go for next season, but he's obviously done for this season because that's an injury that's going to take several months to heal. They have to reset the bones. They're going to put a plate in there,
right?
And he's going to be in a cast for I don't know how many months, but several months. So, good luck to Alex Smith. Tough. Definitely, obviously, a tough situation for the Redskins, who are hanging on to first place in as we said, the
NFC
poor NFC East. But just really horrifying injury. And the only good thing from a spectator standpoint is it wasn't as obviously horrific as Theismann's leg just snapped.
Oh God!
And it was just. I mean. It was enough to activate the gag reflex.
I still can't watch it.
With Alex Smith, it wasn't as obvious. You really have to look at it in a slow motion replay to see what happened. And actually, there was a picture in the Post today of like I think the moment when it happened because his leg was sideways, and it was just so yeah. But like again, we wish Alex Smith the best.
And we should say we mentioned in the last segment, Mark Sanchez is going to have a chance to be in the backup. We'll see what happens with that.
Well, Colt McCoy is the new Redskins starter.
He's the backup. Their number 2 guy is going to move into number 1.
He came in for Alex Smith in yesterday's game. I don't see the Redskins going anywhere with Colt McCoy, but who knows? Stranger things have happened in the NFL.
No.
There's no quarterback in that division besides Carson Wentz, and Carson Wentz hasn't been playing very well this season. So, but I'm not.
Makes you think that maybe they shouldn't have brought him back as the starter, even though he was the starter when he got hurt. Well, Carson Wentz wasn't.
Yeah, no, he had the knee.
Yeah,
he's healthy. I mean, when they brought him back, he's healthy now. He's just the Eagles in general are not playing well. It's not just. I'm not going to put all of that on Carson Wentz, but. I don't think you can say he got rushed back. I mean, he came back. It was a year after he got hurt.
Okay. By the way, just to let you know, just on a little side story, Lakers played the Heat yesterday, and LeBron James had 51 points against the Heat. So just
throwing a tangent out there, brother. Switching sports.
Just wanted to prove something.
Prove what?
Beat up on the Heat.
Okay.
Good
for LeBron
because the Lakers have not been doing well. 9-7.
No.
They're talking about that.
Well,
anyway,
the Lakers are having their own issues, and I said before the season started that I didn't have high hopes for for the Lakers as currently constructed. The Lakers will be a much better team next season when they start signing free agents. There's already a rumor that Kevin Durant is going to go to the Lakers. There's also a rumor that says he might go to the Knicks, but I think he's more inclined to go to the Lakers.